Is there a story you really want to tell that only you can? Is there a story that you are the only person who has the right to tell? Are you sort of someone who, like me, you wish you saw more people on stage, on screen, in print, in galleries, talking about things you really need to talk about and you feel are sort of going unexamined or under-examined?
My name is Aisha Balaji.
Hello, my name is Alessandra Azevedo.
Hi, my name is Bridget Leahy.
Hi, my name is Cian Smith.
Hey, my name is Daffy Arugbo.
My name is Jagruti Rathod.
I'm Snell Hensey.
Hey, I'm Ro.
Hi guys, my name is Samoy Akura.
Hi, my name is Shiva Joyce.
Hi, my name is Susie Swafey.
I'd love to explore the process of decolonize yourself.
I would like to explore the theme of nature versus nurture through performance.
And I'm interested in the Irish dramatic canon and want to explore how it mixes with, comes into conflict with, or is put under pressure by non-white voices.
I'm going to be using music and film to explore the Black rural experience in Ireland.
I want to explore the challenges of growing up as an Indian girl in a Western world through comedy.
I want to write about modern and unconventional Irish life by looking at the adversity and challenges that can be faced by such people in traditional Irish society.
I want to explore through storytelling the moral questions surrounding the Emergency Services Department.
I will be exploring through poetry and storytelling the migration experience. A Nigerian just moved to Ireland.
I'm looking to explore brown skin, Islander girl realities, the intersectional, ethno-ecological and unsettled.
I would like to explore writing about Middle Eastern women navigating life in an Irish society.
I want to explore how the society and ecosystem of Black female dancers living in Ireland affects their body movement.
Right, so I've tried everything, and people say to me quite often, they're like, well, do you mind? Like, you've been single your whole life. Like, do you get lonely? Like, do you mind? Do you cry yourself to sleep? And I'm like, no, I don't. I'm okay with it. But the thing is right, I'm Indian. And being Indian, 30, and single, now that causes some challenges, let me tell you. Because my parents, right, they really want me to find someone. And their obvious solution is, through your own free will. No, it's not. It's arranged marriages. Of course it's arranged marriages. And like my parents, right, they've tried literally everything to try and convince me to like get married to someone. And it's funny that they think that it's me that needs convincing, but they, but they've tried, right? And I'm going to tell you about my favorite thing that they've done to try and convince me, right? So they started quoting like various university studies to me. So I'm going to tell you about one of my favorites. So women, did you know that by the age of 30, you'll only have 12% of your eggs left? Right, but it gets worse, right? By the age of 40, so that was 3 months ago, so by the age of 40, you only have 3% of your eggs left. So I was like, oh my God, I just turned 30, soon I'll be 40, I better act quick. What they fail to tell me is 3% of how many, which is a really important question. So I'm just going to throw this out there. Does anyone want to take a guess how many eggs a woman is born in? And if you get it right, you'll get a family size bag of eggs. So anyone want to take a guess?
4 million?
No, not a guess though.
10,000?
10,000? No, quick, look for my X5 running down. Is that right? 10. No. A woman is born with 2 million eggs. Right, that's a lot, right? So, like, I did the maths on that to see how many eggs I had left, right, at the age of 30. So, 12% of 2 million. At the age of 30, 3 months ago, I had 240,000 children inside of me! Yes! That sounded wrong, you know what I mean? But by the age of 40, right, I'd have 60,000 eggs. So that's like 60,000 potential children. Now, I don't know about anyone in this room, right? But I don't want 60,000 children because I genuinely couldn't afford that many on my comedian salary, especially in the last 2 years.
The initial idea was to kind of script this scene and shoot it and score the music for it and have the music be like actually being performed live while we were shooting the scene. And then COVID, as everyone said tonight. So I actually had COVID, and then the whole world seemed to have COVID as well. So it didn't happen that way. So I do have the song kind of finished. And so I was just going to kind of play the song and I guess talk through the idea, and hopefully that'll give a picture of what I had intended. It's really interesting to because this is my first time, I've done kind of scripts for scenes, but I think it's just it was a very kind of surprisingly methodic process. And it's a lot of okay, how do you translate a joke that's a visual joke, how do you translate that on paper? I think that was a really interesting learning process, because it's the easier it is to kind of sell that on paper, it would be much easier for someone to film it. So yeah.
I don't wanna sit in the office, white man trying to sit on my profits. Duck, smoke the duck crew, made to KKK with the crew. Why didn't they care that you do? Why did the waist out? Why did it thin blue? Why on my race side? Kind of race side, you're not a racist, you're I racist. Ain't that the basics? How to date with?
I think the nice part about the weekend, the highlight really was bonding with everybody and spending time with everybody in Weft and getting to know each other on a deeper level, and then having very organic conversations about art and the arts. There's something about less formal social interactions that really spark a conversation about art, and I think that happened quite a bit this weekend, which was going outside of the physical space, outside of Dublin, and even just hearing different conversations around you in artistic spaces and being in different artistic spaces. It helped me gain a different perspective to add to my work.
Greetings from Hot Brown Honey. My name is Busty and this is Lisa, and we are excited to invite you to be a part of our global creative revolution. That's right, the Hive is buzzing and we want you.
In collaboration with Dublin Fringe Festival, our award-winning, internationally acclaimed team from Hot Brown Honey are calling out to all the boundary breakers, the shape shifters and the movement makers to seize the mic so we together can create a brand new live performance work called HIVE City Legacy, the Dublin Chapter.
Okay, for those who don't know us and need some convincing, first up, a bit about the Mother Hive. The problem with stereotypes is not that they are untrue, but they are incomplete. They make one story become the only story.
What's up, freshies? We are Hot Brown Honey. Got the power!
You want to be a part of a pretty sick all-black POC femme crew that's ready to raise the roof with their voices and shine so bright we'd be blinding people with our greatness? Well, then apply now.
Cabaret, drag, burlesque, comedians, apply now.
Dance, theatre, spoken word, writing, performance. Apply now.
Music, composition, bass production, performing, beatboxing, circus, aerials, manipulation, sideshows, apply now.
We at Hot Brown Honey believe art has the capacity to create change. We invite you to work with us to create an unapologetic and genre-defying experience to challenge, uplift, boundary break, both for participants in the project and the community. It's time to decolonise one stage at a time. Let's start the legacy needed to shift the paradigm. Greetings from Hot Brown Honey. My name is Busty and this is Lisa, and we are excited to invite you. We continued the relationship when Ruth took over as artistic director. We already knew a lot of the team, and so from there we were also invited to be mentors on the Make residency, and that happened in 2019, where we were able to meet a number of the artistic community through that particular residency as well, and talk to a lot of Irish artists making interdisciplinary work. Continuing discussions about the HIVE City Legacy project, and the Weft initiative came into being, and it was kind of a perfect match for what we wanted to do with the HIVE City Legacy project, which was like connecting artists in Dublin, femmes of colour, with audiences, and through Dublin Fringe and the Weft initiative, it basically just all worked together really well, with Dublin Fringe seeing a need for this type of activation.
We're just so stoked, for this to be happening, and there to be, being able to see so many beautiful black and brown faces out there. Sure, like Lisa said, just have fun, these, we've managed to be in a group of people now that, like Lisa said, you could make work with, you could connect with, this is all about starting this movement and having it start right here, right there in Dublin.
So yeah, we just wanted to show you our faces and know that we are thinking of you and can't wait, no matter what, we'd love to meet all of you coming up. This is about building a bigger connection globally as well as in your community. So we just come to be a part of the day for you, and leave you in the very capable hands of everyone in the room, including all the Fringe staff there.
HIVE City Legacy, Dublin Chapter, assemble!
Here it comes. Legacy. This is my our joy is everything. Our joy is walking. Our joy is freeing. Living our best life. Our joy is healing. Our joy is healing. Our joy is freeing. Living our best life. Our joy.
The support of Dublin Fringe has been completely instrumental in us being able to put this play on, and us being able to make this work. This is my first produced and commissioned play thus far in my career. Within the Irish ecosystem, there's such an emphasis on kind of pulling together funding and doing stuff for free when you're young and when you're starting out. And just to have that kind of vote of confidence from Fringe and from Smock Alley as well, to give us money to allow us to be able to pay a full team to come on board. It's really great to have that at the beginning of my career as opposed to something that I'm working towards. To just have that as a baseline is a really massive thing.
So The Perfect Immigrant is an ambitious one-man show I decided to embark on a couple of months ago after joining the Weft program. It was an idea I had been thinking about for a while, but only waiting for, I suppose, the right opportunity and support to bring it to life. It's a play about a young man who is on two journeys, even though he's trying to tell one story. On one hand, he is leaving Nigeria and moving to Ireland, where he wants to settle and further his studies and, you know, I suppose create better opportunities for himself. And then on the other hand, he's also on this journey where he's trying to get away from the shadow of his father and his family to become his own man. And so you have these two journeys that are, you know, parallel but very complementary. And The Perfect Immigrant is an attempt to tell that story using prose and poetry and making it feel very organic and layered and employing all of the tools of theatre, I suppose. So
I think the best part of making work in Dublin Fringe is the buzz around the building, first of all. Yeah. It's just a time when everyone's making and sharing new work and you hear little snippets. You feed off that energy and you see how excited and passionate and hungry artists are to share their own stories.
The atmosphere in the building, like Katie said, obviously it's very contagious. The support you're given from the family, the platform that you have to share your work to an audience that you otherwise wouldn't probably have access to, which I think is very, very important and worthy of note. The financial support obviously is also another very important part. The network of people, artists, and just creative personnel in the industry that are just like a call away or an email away. You know, Dublin Fringe Festival over the years has built such a, you know, broad and deep network in the industry that they give you access to, which is just such a treasure. The free coffee too.
So my name is Daffy Pestu Orugbo. I'm like a musician, but also I guess my area of preference or expertise, if you call it that, is kind of just experience art, where it's like focused on the experience of the participant, whether that be like live music or like interactive theater pieces. Like today, I got involved with Fringe first through the Weft program, and then yeah, I think that would be my involvement with the Dublin Fringe Festival. Someone just emailed it to me and they were like, hey, you know, would you do this? I'm like, oh, I like fucking money, you know, so I'll do it. Because it was like they paid you to upskill yourself really in theater. So I mean, it just seemed like a kind of no-brainer. And then obviously as well, if you're like a freelance artist who doesn't have like the most stable paycheck or jobs, whatever, it seemed like a good opportunity. You know?
I think personally, I'm just going to keep it very short. Like, it's actually really hit home. Like, being an immigrant myself coming here, it's more like telling my story and me reliving my experience as well, so from start. So it's great and very, very informative. Yeah, I think that's it.
So what did you think about the show and why should you come and see it?
I think it was very relatable, it was real, it was a roller coaster of emotions, brilliance, very creative, everything and more, a perfect story well told. And I think it's important that everybody should have an experience of this. Somebody else telling your story, and then you can just 100% relate, and it was brilliantly done. Job well done to Samuel and everybody behind this production. It was amazing, phenomenal, and we can't wait to see what next he does. Definitely going to be there for the next one. Thumbs up, 100.
It was like my first time watching a poetry show, and like I was feeling like he was talking about myself as well. Like I'm from Brazil, but our story is basically the same. So everything that he was saying, I was like, oh my gosh, that's so good. Like I felt that I was involved, and it's amazing. Like he's a very nice guy.
For me, I felt it was just, I love history and the way he kind of, it's just, it brings back a lot of, for me, it brings back a lot of memories of kind of, because I'm from Nigeria, so I could see a lot of things he says, and I could feel it, and I could feel kind of the story and everything about it. So it's just, it was amazing. So, no.
Honestly, I think the show is really well done, very well written, very well put together. Did a fantastic job for a one-man show. Managed to keep the audience captivated from start to finish. Brought us along on the journey. And I feel like a lot of important topics and subject matters were touched on, which is fantastic. So yeah, great show all around.
It was so incredible and powerful, and it was just a show that it worked on the dialogue that were the most incredible part of it, and everything else, the design was just an extra that made it even more incredible.
I'm gonna be biased, but like Sam is my friend, and I loved it because I know how hard he's worked to make this work, and everyone should see it because it's an inspirational story, like poetry. So, yeah.
So 3 words to describe the play. I would say very touching, emotional, and exquisite. And I think something that I really liked about the play was the fact that you could feel his emotion through his words. And I think it just kind of took me to a place, like I kind of connected with his story, and I thought it's very good, you know? Okay,
something like this where you have, you know, art, you have spoken words, you have dramas, you have music, you have dance, you have, you know, the ambience, definitely more and more impactful, and something that, you know, I'd love to see more of.
I thought it was really high energy and dynamic and powerful. It was really wonderful to kind of see all those women expressing themselves in such a raw and kind of, moving way.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm a Black American, I'm an Irish citizen. Even though it's not my hardships and I didn't have the same exact experience, I could definitely relate to the feeling and the emotion.
It's amazing, yeah. The whole time I was just like clapping and dancing and amazing. Such mixed emotions. It's incredible. A cultural slap in the face, you know.
Honestly, 10 out of 10. I feel like they touched on a lot of very important topics, specifically coming from like the scope of like a Black woman in Ireland. I felt like a lot of the things that were spoken about were very personal to me. I cried, it was emotional, it was uplifting, it was all those good things. And I think it's something fresh and new, something like we've never seen in Ireland before. So
I'm a blubber mess. It was so emotional. Like it was like a reflection of myself in so many different ways. And to see this kind of thing in Ireland, I've just been to white theatre. It's like Black, powerful women, all from different walks of life, and I just bawled. I really bawled, and it was like such a revolution. And to see where Ireland has come now, and it was pretty educational, to be honest with you. But like really, like it hit me so much with growing up in Ireland and the experiences that I felt, they felt as well, and just for women to come together and see how powerful, and just to really kind of like lift each other up.
It actually empowered me so much, especially when it talked about the mixed race experience.
Yeah.
Because I go to many shows and they only talk about like one part,
but this show talked about everyone. It talked about trans people, it talked about the mixed race experience, it talked about being dark, not belonging, and it hit on every single stereotype.
And I'm so happy that this is here in Ireland. Black people exist, Black
Ever since I left the city, ever since I left the city, ever since.
Incredible. I'm sorry. Thought-provoking.
Loud.
Powerful.
Transforming.
Worth it.
Tell me more. Wait, where am I looking? This
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Love.
Can I say unapologetic?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that picture or video?
Video. It's recording.
Okay. So what you just said you were saying unapologetic.
Yeah!
but absolutely necessary. So I'm really excited to present this award to HIVE City Legacy.
Everything that St. Jacob said was true. We were literally on the way to the loo and out for a smoke, by the way. Just want to say how unbelievably thankful we are to Lisa, to Bust You Beats, to Rowdy Yami, to everybody who held that space for us, to Linda, to SJ, to all their stage managers, Mary, Valerie, everything that we learned, we will take with us every day, and it's all about legacy. We will take everything we learned to bring together grief, to bring together trauma, and to turn it into a beautiful piece. We're going to use that for the next generation. We're going to use that for the rest of our community.
And as well, like, the show meant so much to all of us individually, because everyone needs to know within the arts, when you're thinking of casting an Irish person, there is so many different ways that Irish people can look. Everyone who's in a position to cast anyone in anything in the future to just keep in your mind that we are all Irish. Sorry, we all want to talk. No, I just want to say, like, this was so special for us, because usually when you do theater, you're acting on someone's script, and we wore the script. Everything you saw on stage, it was real. It was real experience. It was real tears. We were all crying so much, and but thank you so much. And you want to say something? Yeah.